Hello, Hazmat Users here, and look, I'm sorry for the no reindeer antlers. It's a bit of a late night. I had to change tactics here. Regardless, today we are reviewing The Santa Claus. The first one, not the sequels, another time. Regardless, so this is a movie it took a long time for me to see. It's just I couldn't work out time. I was only able to watch it when I finally was visiting my grandmother's once. But I always remember seeing the trailer a lot, especially on the Toy Story VHS tape, which I did actually for my Before the Flick. But regardless, it was always an interesting movie to think about. So the premise is Tim Allen plays a divorced dad trying to be a good role model to his son, but one night on Christmas Eve he accidentally hears Santa on top of his roof, calls out to him, and Santa slips off the roof and dies. To impress his son, the death is actually pretty gruesome in a way. Well, actually not gruesome, but sort of shocking. To impress his son, he puts on the red coat, but ends up falling. By putting it on, he ends up falling into the place of the Santa Claus. This basically means over the next year, he'll be turning into the actual Santa Claus, whether he likes it or not. So he starts gaining weight. He gains facial hair. He develops a beard and appetite for cookies over fruit. But very, very reluctant at first, he becomes he starts to grow into the role and struggles to tell people that he's actually Santa, because no one believes him. Overall, yeah, it's a good premise actually. In fact, the premise is actually one of the best things about this movie. Honestly, I find. Jeez, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I think the premise is actually really inventive for this film, and I love I think the premise is really inventive and fun, and what works is Tim Allen. He's the best thing in this movie. He's a great Santa. He's a lot of fun to watch, and he's really likable. The design of the North Pole is also really inventive, and the fact that all the elves are being played by children is pretty cool. I mean, you'd think elves would be played by little people all the time, but they did something different, and it works. I think it's believable, honestly. And the makeup overall for this movie is really good. I'm not sure if it's got nominated for an Oscar, but I hope it did, because the makeup is pretty good. But there are problems. Obviously, the story is going to be very formulaic, and it's going to go through the tropes you expect. No one's going to believe that he's turning to Santa Claus. They're going to be very reluctant they don't believe him. They don't believe his son. Yeah, we see it a lot. And the side characters itself out of the North Pole, with the exception of the sun, they're not really that good. Yeah, I don't think outside the sun, none of the side characters are really good. They improved in the sequels, I will admit, but for this, the human characters, nah, not good. And I will admit, the humor is very hit and miss at times. Some jokes work, but others don't. But overall, I think this is actually a pretty fun movie. It's a holiday classic, and definitely one of Disney's best they ever did. And one of Tim Allen's best movies overall, outside of playing Buzz Lightyear and Toy Story and Galaxy Quest. So, overall, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 half stars. It's decent, so why not give it a go? At least watch it once. So, I'll see you for my next Christmas review, but in the meantime, Hazmat Reviews out. This is Hazmat Reviews out, and I'll see you later for my next review. Ciao.